Hey guys, today I'm going to go over how I do my woven patterns. The first thing I'm doing right now is just drawing it out, the pattern I'm going to use. This is what I've done before with the light blue and the dark blue. I'm using just graph paper. You can find a notebook of graph paper, or there's websites that'll let you print it for free. It's a 16 by 16 square, so I'm going to end up using 1/2 inch pieces. So it'll be an 8 by 8 when I'm finished. So at this point, all I've done is cut 1/2 inch strips. I believe they're 9 inches, so that there's a little bit of an overhang. And I always start in the middle, just because that's easier. I like to work from the middle out. You can go from one side to the other, like from the far left to the far right, but that's a little more complicated. You have bigger strips to deal with. This pattern is one of the more difficult ones, and you should take your time for sure, but it's pretty easy once you get used to it. It's just you need to constantly make sure that you are doing it right, I guess, just lifting up the right strips. I look back at my drawing a lot when I do these, because I don't want to get, 3 more strips in and realize that I messed up and have to take it apart. But with this one, I'm lifting 2, leaving 2 down, lifting 2, leaving 2 down, just in different orders. So it's not that bad. It does look really cool when it's finished though. So now I've gone halfway through and I'm going to start on the other half. It's the same 2 up, 2 down. I like to do it on a 1/2 inch grid, because my strips are 1/2 inch and I can make sure that I'm keeping everything square. But you can pretty much do any pattern that you can draw, as long as you have a plan ahead of time, so you know what you're doing. But it's pretty easy. You just get creative. This is one I've done before, I'm pretty sure I said that, but I drew another one right before I did it after this, and I'll do the time lapse at the end to show you. I know this is going fast, but I don't want this video to end up being like 20 minutes long, so. After you get all your strips down, you want to trim the extra pieces. It'll peel up a lot easier that way. You can use already bagged pieces, but they're harder to get to stay together, especially with a complicated pattern. So after you finish taking off all the little pieces, you're going to peel it up, flip it over, and do the backing. which on this one I did white tape, but you can also clear tape it if you want to see the pattern through it. The other thing that you'll want to do when you finish these is you'll want to clear tape the front. It's not necessary, but your seams will start to come apart where it folds if you don't. So I would definitely recommend clear taping them. And then this one I'm doing on the spot drawing. Just a random pattern. I'm going to use 2 colors on this one, which is a little more tricky, but it's not that bad. Drawing it out does help a lot. So the rest of this is just going to be the time lapse of me doing the one I just drew. At the end of this, there should be close-ups of 3 different patterns. One of them I didn't do in this video because I don't want it to be super long, but the black and white one, I'll do a close-up at the end. The one that I'm working on right now, I'll do a close-up at the end, and then the kind of Native American one, I don't know what else to call it, will also be at the end. So you can copy down the pattern or whatever.